Alright, suppose we're doing this for the third time. This is my third attempt at this because internet has not been working so well. Here's hoping third time's the charm. Anyway, good afternoon to everyone who's tuned in right now. This is Vigention, and I'm going to be playing Pikmin 2 Endless Abyss 2 today. That's what I have here. We have this rather rudimentary looking set game options menu that shows up after the Nintendo logo, but before the title screen. I do recall that the README that came with this mod said that it was good for now, even if it would perhaps be preferred to show up later. Anyway, this is a mod of Pikmin 2, created by PikHacker. Big name in the Pikmin modding scene, has made such mods as, say, Pikmin 251, Colossal Caverns, and some smaller mods. There's quite a lot, actually. Not that I feel like I have the time or even the memorization to get into all of them now. Anyway, pretty rudimentary menu here, just has 5 buttons to pick from, pretty much. First up, player count. You can have up to 4 players simultaneously playing this game. Pretty common feature for PikHacker's ROM hacks, I guess, or mods, to be honest, but that doesn't mean it ain't neat. There's also Play as a Pikmin mode, which plays pretty differently to the standard mode, and also multiplayer is highly recommended for that. In Pikmin mode, each player plays as a different type of Pikmin, and they must work together to get through as many floors of the cave as they can. Stats are buffed to make up for the fact that you're just like at most 4 Pikmin, so that's pretty nice. Then there's the mode toggle. You can either play classic mode or survival mode. Survival mode has a much more rigid structure, where it's played in groups of 5 floors. Of those 5 floors, the first 3 are normal, the 4th is always a boss, and the 5th is always a rest floor. In contrast, Classic mode is the original mode from the first version of this mod, Pikmin 2 Endless Abyss. Yeah, there was a first version, and this is essentially just a new and improved version of that. Classic mode is a lot more RNG dependent. Whether you get a rest floor or a boss floor, that's dependent on random numbers and all. It's random, so there's that. Then there's the seed. You can actually set a seed in this version of the mod. And that's actually what I'm going to do. This is the seed I got as a random one last time I tried this, just so you know. And now we begin. The title screen's actually new to this version of the mod, and features cave-based backdrops, which is pretty nice. You can see that PikHacker's credit is at the bottom there, and of course there are 3 options on this menu. No challenge mode here. The options menu is pretty standard. I don't think this is like changed at all from vanilla Pikmin 2, so it's just kinda here, I guess. If you want it, it's good to have at least. And then there's the credits, crediting other people in the Pikmin modding community who helped with this. You can actually press A on each of these items in this menu to watch some funny little videos. And it's pretty funny how the button prompt at the bottom is A, lol. But not going to get into that now. Starting here, the ship's log menu is actually a bit different from the first version of the mod. It'll now show which sub-level of the cave each file has reached. But it won't tell you the seed. You'll only see the seed when you get in the game. So we're just going to start here. Sublevel 1. Okay, I did skip that cutscene, but basically that cutscene would have just explained how the game is. That this is an endless cave, and your goals basically are to get as far as you can, try to get all the treasure, that sort of thing. The enemies start out being pretty easy to take out. As you can see, we've mostly just got different varieties of dwarf bulborb. There's this female sheer grub, which is a literally harmless enemy, can't do anything to you. What makes dwarf bulborbs especially easy is the fact that you can just land a throw directly on top of them and they go down in one hit. Same with skitterleaves, incidentally. Back this way, I may have forgotten to mention that there are candy pop buds, which let you change Pikmin into a particular color. Like this one, the lapis lazuli candy pop bud, makes them blue. And this one, the golden candy pop bud, turns them yellow. Not going to be using those for now. The game does start you with 20 Pikmin of each color other than purple and white. So you start with 20 red, 20 yellow, and 20 blue, which is pretty nice. Anything else? I'm not seeing anything else in the way of enemies here. Pretty empty. But we do have a treasure here. And there's another treasure over here. Treasure values in this mod have actually been rebalanced since the initial version. In general, heavier treasures are going to be worth more Pokos. Pokos are the currency you see displayed on the screen under the sublevel counter. As you can see, we have 7 right now from collecting some enemy corpses. Here's the first treasure. Worth 85 Pokos, it is the Stone of Glory, which is a directional pad like that you would see on Nintendo consoles, of course. So that's pretty neat. And then this over here, well, we'll just wait for it to get back to the research pod. The Seed of Greed. Pretty sure that's a chestnut. And that is all the treasure for the floor. So we can go ahead and delve to the next. When you go to the next floor, all your Pikmin will go with you, even if they aren't currently following you, which is nice. Also nice is that the game offers you the option to save after every sublevel. Anyway, here's sublevel 2. Mostly consists of one big room. We've got another skitterleaf here. And some ravenous whisker pillars. In vanilla Pikmin 2, these guys are pretty annoying because they can eat the berries that grow on burgeoning spiderwort. But here, they don't really do much of anything. They're actually new to this version of the mod in particular to give some more variety to easy enemies. These are shearwigs. They're like sheer grubs, but they can fly, which they typically do when they reach half health. But if you throw a Pikmin at them while they're flying, they go down immediately. They're not that difficult to deal with. Especially not since, you know, they're not invincible when eating a Pikmin anymore like they were in the first Pikmin game. Anyway, before I continue, over here we have a violet candy pop bud. So I just threw 5 red Pikmin in there, and what come out are purple Pikmin. These guys are great, genuinely. Sure, they may be slow, but they can carry a lot, and they're very good at taking out enemies. They're also good for breaking eggs. Purple Pikmin have a sort of stomp attack that they do when you throw them, which is pretty nice, and can even stun enemies. Which is very nice, because then you can just wail on them while they can't do anything back. 2 more Whisker Pillars here, not that it matters. And then over here on this big hill, we have a Skitterleaf. Yeah. Now, before I continue, I'm actually going to take the blue Pikmin and only the blue Pikmin up this hill. The reason for this is actually pretty simple. If I pan the camera like this, or I guess just rotate it, there's a treasure there in the water. We're just barely able to get it out of there. It weighs 20, we have exactly 20 blue Pikmin. I'm just going to leave it there for now, though. I'll be coming back to collect it in a little. Yeah, when purple Pikmin lift something, they're 10 times as strong as other Pikmin, so they count for 10 instead of just 1. This can even let you lift things that would normally require tens of Pikmin with just a few purple Pikmin. But they'll also move a lot slower than usual if you do that. Anyway, just kind of waiting for these guys to finish up here. Alright, all 60 are back in the group. For whatever reason, I've noticed that in this mod, fiddleheads like to generate in the middle of these big tile rooms. I'm not entirely sure why, but yeah, the big tile room, you can be pretty sure you'll find a fiddlehead in the middle of it. It's a thing. That was a very good nectar drop. Yeah, nectar. When Pikmin drink nectar, they immediately mature to flowers, if they were leaves or buds before. Flower Pikmin themselves won't drink nectar. In later Pikmin games, nectar is more of a finite resource where each Pikmin that drinks it takes a specific amount from the drop. But in this, you could potentially flower 100 Pikmin at once if you manage to get all of them on the drop at the same time or near the same time. Anyway, now we've got 2 treasures coming on back. First up here, worth 70 Pokos, the Abstract Masterpiece. It's a Snapple lid. And then coming over this way, we have this bar of soap. $125 value there, the Sud Generator. And that's all the treasure on this floor. So we're good to move on to the next. Sublevel 3. This sublevel features a fair bit of water, so we're going to want our blue Pikmin for that. here we have a Queen Candy Pop Bud. Pretty rare sight, this. It changes color between red, yellow, and blue. When you throw a Pikmin in, 9 seeds come out. That's a net gain of 8 Pikmin, which is pretty nice. One of the few ways to get more Pikmin in this mod, I suppose. I believe we have what I believe are called horsetails here. There's another snow bulborb. Oh, no you don't. Pretty easy stuff. Now we have a treasure up here. There's a wall pole. Not very difficult to take down at all. Harmless enemy. And would you look at that, we inadvertently pushed the treasure down. That's nice. These dwarf bullbears are probably the most dangerous variant of dwarf bulborb simply because they have a rather large radius for noticing your Pikmin. And they're also pretty resilient too, if I recall. So you'll want to take them out by throwing a Pikmin on top of them if you can. Pause here. Where is the... Oh, there's a whole nother room that I haven't even explored yet, huh? Wait, yeah, I totally did explore that room. My bad. It's just that that was the room with the other treasure that was high up in it. That's right, I remember now. Alright. What are you doing here? Get out. Yeah, sometimes Pikmin like to hang around in your squad even though you dismissed them. It's kinda annoying, but nothing that can't be fixed, at least. For this one, the Lost Gyro Block. There's a whole set of like 5 Gyro Block treasures. And in case you aren't aware, the Gyro Blocks were things that went with the robot accessory thing for the NES, Rob, you know. The thing that Nintendo packaged the NES with to try to sell it as a toy. And here we have a bell called the Spouse Alert, which is certainly something, worth 125 Pokos. And that does it for this floor. Yeah, there was a treasure there. Up there. We delve deeper. Take a save. Sublevel 4. Look around. There's a wall pole here. And it's already gone. We actually have another Violet Candy Pop Bud, which is pretty nice. That makes 10 purple Pikmin so far. It's really nice that they can take enemies like that in one hit. And that. Yeah. We have 2 treasures right next to each other. Pretty funny, that. Anyway, this is a pretty small floor. Not much going on here otherwise, I'm noticing. Yeah. Unless, of course, there's something in these end caps, potentially. But I have my doubts. Yeah, not much. Alright. Let's call the rest of the squad back and start carrying everything. And here we have the treasures. One of them only weighs 1, which is pretty funny. I happen to already know what both of these are called, but I'm gonna wait until, well, this. 70 Pokos. A decorative goo. You might have noticed it said Mario Paints on it, which is a nice reference to Mario Paint for the Super NES. And this one's worth 40 Pokos, the Arboreal Frippery. And that's all the treasure. We are good to move on. Sublevel 5. This one's also got a fair bit of water in it, I'm noticing. Right off the bat. Oh, we finally have male sheargrubs. They can kill Pikmin, but they're still pretty easy to take out just by swarming around them. Candy Pop Bud here. I've noticed that floors with water that's like directly in your way will try to generate Lapis Lazuli Candy Pop Buds if they can, which is nice because you might not have blue Pikmin. You might have converted them all to a different color or what have you. So that's a pretty nice quality of life feature. And oh look, a regular dwarf Bulbul. Still pretty simple. Wow, skitter leaves are a lot slower when they're in the water. Take out both of those guys. And now both of these guys. Nice. That's what I like to see. there's an egg here too. Now, I didn't go into detail about eggs before, but their contents are actually random. Most of the time, they'll just give you nectar, but sometimes they can give you doses of sprays, or they can contain a particular type of enemy that I know the name of, but I won't tell until they appear. I guess I kind of like having the suspense, I guess. Anyway, yeah. The best way to deal with those enemies if they happen to come out of an egg is to just throw a purple Pikmin. Yeah, that just takes them all out super easy. And those enemies actually drop nectar when they die, so it can mean you get a lot more nectar out of an egg than you usually do. Come to think of it, didn't we just have this cave unit in particular appear on an earlier floor? That's funny. Yeah, in case you didn't know, Pikmin 2 caves are randomly generated as well. They're built up from specific cave units. Like this room with the pool of water down here, this is all one unit. End caps are a type of unit, if I recall, that sort of thing. Heading back down now. There is a treasure here, I happened to notice. And in case it isn't clear, blue Pikmin are the only type that can traverse water. So that's why I've been using them extensively here. Yeah, I'm switching captains. That's something you can do in Pikmin 2, of course. Switch between the two captains to multitask. Just a single dose of nectar. Okay. Or a single drop, I should say. Actually, before I continue, okay, that's all the leaves. Just carefully making sure they, are all here. Oh, of course the one guy. Ah, well. At least that's almost everyone. Now, I don't think I've touched on the actual benefits of flower Pikmin before. Pikmin have 3 stages of maturity: leaf, bud, and flower, though most of the time you'll only really see buds if, say, your Pikmin have their flowers knocked off by enemies shaking them off. Flower Pikmin move the fastest of the 3 stages, followed by buds and then leaves, so you generally want to have flower Pikmin if you can, simply because they're so much more efficient at carrying things. 70 Pokos for this one. The Succulent Mattress. Oh, that was the only treasure on the floor. Okay, then. A bit odd, considering we had floors with 2 treasures before, but I'm not complaining. On to the next. Sublevel 6. Suddenly snow. There's a crimson candy pop bud for red Pikmin if you want those. I don't exactly, but the enemies here are looking particularly easy. None of these guys can even kill Pikmin. I may have forgotten to mention that purple Pikmin can also easily take out wall poles too. As if they weren't good enough already. And when I said the purple Pikmin are good at combat, I wasn't joking. They do twice as much damage as other types of Pikmin. Red Pikmin only do 1.5 times the normal damage. Purple Pikmin do twice. So what they lack in agility, they more than make up for with their sheer strength. Over here we have a treasure. $110 Bocos for this one. Activity Arouser. And that was not the only treasure, but you might think, wait a minute, where could the other treasure be? You know, you can't exactly see it. Well, that's because the treasure is fully buried. And we can't even get it because we don't have white Pikmin, which are the only type that can find and start digging up fully buried treasure. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get all the treasure on this floor, we're just going to have to move on. Sublevel 7. We have this unit again, but this time there isn't a room on the right. There is another candy pop bud, of course, because the game will try to generate those. Slightly maze-like little bit here, but not really. It's a bit odd that we have a tunnel connecting these rooms. Oh hey, 2 treasures and they're both above ground. That's nice. Oh. Oh no. That's certainly a thing that just happened right there. That was a boulder. Yes, boulder traps. Those are a thing in this game. They just kinda happen without warning. All you really get, in terms of a warning for them, is the sound of a slide whistle, I guess, as they fall, as well as a shadow on the ground. Pikmin who happen to be under the boulder when it hits the ground die. They get crushed. It's... yeah. Pikmin 2 does have something of a mixed reputation for having some rather... shall we say, kinda unfair difficulty design. And the boulders kinda contribute to that. Just got a line of carcasses. Already up to almost 1,000 Pokos. We're at 961 now. Now, I'm actually kind of wary now because one of those treasures over there might weigh more than the number of blue Pikmin we currently have, so I might need to actually use that candy pop bud. Nice of the game to provide it for me, though. Okay, no, it's 25. I thought it was 25, but I just wasn't sure. I like how there's a reflection in the crystal ball on this thing. Like, you can see the cursor in the reflection. It's honestly pretty cool. Okay, well, this one's partially buried, but that's certainly better than being fully buried. I'm just gonna get Louie to wait over here by the pond. The Pikmin have already dug up the treasure and are now carrying it back. It only weighs 5. Wow, okay. $170. Future Orb. And yeah, you can really see that reflection now. It's upside down, but yeah, that's a pretty cool detail. And now we're just waiting for the other treasure to get carried back. In the meantime, I suppose I can go place Olimar next to the hole, so that we can enter it immediately after this. And there it goes. 70 Pokos this time for the Grow Shroom. We've now hit just over 1,200. And that's all the treasure. Good. Let's go deeper then. Sublevel 8. Oh look! Here's an anode beetle. Anode beetles are particularly dangerous when they come in pairs, but when they're alone like this, yeah, no, they don't pose a threat at all. All you gotta do is throw a Pikmin on the back to flip it over, and then you can go to town on it. Nice, we got the stun. Cool. The reason why anode beetles are dangerous in pairs is because they'll charge up, face their backs to each other, and then, well, let basically an electric arc out between them. Any Pikmin that isn't yellow that touches that dies instantly. Electricity is kind of an overpowered hazard in this game, simply because, unlike the others, fire, water, and poison, which you can just whistle Pikmin away from and have them survive, electricity is always instant death. Yeah. Thankfully, later games would fix this. Pikmin 4 in particular brings electricity in line with the other hazards. As in, it won't instantly kill, but it will kill Pikmin if you don't whistle them in a certain amount of time after they get hit by it. Anyway, I'm just going to keep converting to red Pikmin. Fire resistance isn't exactly the most useful attribute to have. I mean, you can get by without it. And moreover, purple Pikmin are just objectively superior in combat, so very little reason not to do this. You might have also noticed this thing over here. There doesn't seem to be anything behind it, but this is a gate. Gates start appearing on sublevel 8, and one more gate starts appearing for every 8 sublevels. After that, it maxes out at, if I recall, 56, where you'll have 7 gates to contend with on every floor. Gates start out taking no time to take down at all, but as you get deeper into the cave, they start getting more HP, which makes them take longer to take down. Probably a buried treasure then, which we still can't get. Sure would be nice to find an ivory candy pop bud one of these floors. But for now, we do just need to get the Space Wave Receiver, so let's go ahead and get that. Yeah, that's what this thing's called, the Space Wave Receiver. It's worth 90 Pokos. Sure enough, there is another treasure. It's buried. We need to move on. Not much I can do about that. Sublevel 9. Oh hey, we have this sort of sublevel, and oh look! There's a new enemy. So, Dweevils. This is just one. The purple one you see there is just one variety of them. Dweevils can be a bit annoying. They like to pick up things like treasures and enemy carcasses and walk around with them. They also have elemental attributes. The one you see over here has poison. But there are also ones for fire, water, and electricity, which, as you can probably imagine, electricity is easily the most dangerous of the lot. looking like there's much to see in these end caps, strangely. I mean, there is that treasure over there. Oh, and there's another treasure. Cool. And there's a gate blocking the hole to the next floor, so we absolutely do have to break down that gate if we want to proceed. Yeah, sometimes they'll generate like that, sometimes they'll generate blocking a treasure or something. Yeah. Alright, that's all the enemies taken out. The gate's color actually doesn't really matter in this mod. Whether it's black or white, it still goes down the same. That's not really how it works in, like, vanilla Pikmin 2 or even the original Pikmin. In those games, black bramble gates tend to have a lot more HP than their white counterparts. So they take a lot longer to take down. Now this treasure over here, we're actually going to need to throw Pikmin at it because we actually can't get into that area with a leader. So there's that, but other than that, not much to write home about. Alright, first up, 120 Pogos, the Extreme Perspirator. What a name. And then we have this can. Patience Tester, 130 Pogos for that one. And the good news is, that's all the treasure for the floor. So now we can just head on over to the hole, and go to the next sublevel. Sublevel 10! I wonder if anything interesting will happen there. Well, it's a normal floor, but there is a new enemy, the Hermit Crawmad. This guy can be kinda annoying, honestly. The way the Hermit Crawmad works is that it waits for a bit, is that it likes to wait in its little hole there. If you get too close, it'll try charging like that. If it misses, it leaves itself vulnerable. So you just took it out just like that. But if it grabs a Pikmin, it doesn't turn tail, so it becomes a lot harder to take out safely without losing that Pikmin. So, yeah, if you're not careful, those guys can and will take a single Pikmin, which, the fact that it's just a single Pikmin, I guess it's not that bad, but, like, it still feels bad. Few enemies on this floor, admittedly. Oh hey, 2 nectars. That's cool. Let's go ahead and get the blue squad over here. Yep, that's another 8. Already up to 76 Pikmin in the squad. Not bad at all. And of those, a whopping 36 are blue. Kind of a lot. Okay, that's all the blue leaves. The ones we just got, pretty much. I'll just go ahead and put these guys over here. Okay. And now I just take all 15 of these guys. 2 nectar drops should be more than enough. Yeah, got all of them on just 1. Very nice. Anything behind here? Probably a buried treasure. Which we can't get. Par for the course. At least we have this. Just 1 shy of 1600. Like, for real? For real, bro? Yeah, well, we're gonna get this guy, and that's gonna help. And then we're gonna get the treasure, of course. 1601. Nice. Now, let's see about this here thing. I don't imagine it'll be worth too much. It only weighs 12. 70. Alright. The Infernal Vegetable. Which is funny because I'm pretty sure that's a bell pepper. Anyway, yeah. Buried treasure. Can't get it. Have to move on. Unfortunate, but it's just kind of how things go when the game doesn't give you a ivory candy pop-up for like 10 floors in a row. Sublevel 11. Oh! Look at that! New enemies! There's a watery blowhog, and there might be a fiery blowhog too, or maybe it's just two watery ones. I'm gonna go ahead and take the purple squad, minus the blues. There we go. Take the reds too. Yeah, okay, there is a fiery blowhog and a watery blowhog. They do about what their names would imply. They spew fire or water at Pikmin. Of course, if you have the proper Pikmin that have resistances to those elements, red or blue, then they can just take these guys out with no issue whatsoever. Or, of course, you can just use purple Pikmin and very easily take them out that way. Yeah, I wasn't about to let that guy have his... This ain't Burger King, bruh. Other than those guys, pretty much the same things we've been seeing throughout. The gate is blocking the hole this time, and oh look, 2 treasures, both of which we can get. How very nice. Oh, didn't see you the first time. Destroyed. There's an egg over here. Oh, hello. Man. Just nectar. We don't need that. There are actually candy pop buds. I guess just to help you take out the blowhogs. That's nice. We didn't really need them per se, but nice of the game to offer them, I guess. 61. Hey, that's one more than we started with, and yet we have all these purple here. That's funny. Anyway, now we're just going to get to work on carrying everything back. Now, worthy of note is that in this mod, unlike in the original version of it, something special does happen when you reach 10,000 Pokos, which is how you would normally pay off the debt in vanilla Pikmin 2. So, if we get to that point, I'll be sure to point it out and point out what the changes are once that happens. For now, though, treasures. We got 2 coming back now. First one here. 70 Pokos. The Happiness Emblem. And the next one is coming right up. 80 Pokos. The Super Strong Stabilizer. And that is all the treasure on this floor. Very nice. Now let's get that gate broken down so we can get further in. So we can, you know, delve deeper. Not like there's much else to do here. Sublevel 12. Alright. Oh, new enemy here, Swooping Snitchbug. This guy can't kill Pikmin per se, Well, okay, on metal sublevels, it can. By throwing them off the edge of the level, which is pretty dang annoying. But otherwise, all it can do is just capture your Pikmin and replant them. Which is annoying, but not outright life-threatening. Yeah. It does, in fact, swoop down to try to grab 2 Pikmin at a time. And when it does, it'll fly around a bit more and then throw them into the ground to plant them. Pretty annoying, but yeah. Can't really kill Pikmin on its own without the aid of environmental hazards. Like pits, or what have you. Oh, and I'm noticing bomb rocks over here. Ooh. Alright, well in that case, I'm actually just going to dismiss the Pikmin for a moment, so I can show this. Yeah, bomb rock. Punch it. Ooh. That explosion can kill Pikmin if you aren't careful. You can get a different... Well, you can get Pikmin to activate bomb rocks too, but purple Pikmin tend to make them blow up faster. Way faster, to the point that you don't even really have time to react. So, yeah. I would advise against that. Anyway, this room's pretty devoid of challenge, honestly. Is that what I... Yes! Finally! Okay, we finally have an ivory candy pop bud. That's very nice. 11 floors in a row without one, and now we finally get one. But hey, one's all we really need. Oh! Those were mitites. Yeah, sometimes they could spawn from eggs in groups of, like, 10. Although I only count... No, there are 10 here. Yeah. A purple Pikmin throw can easily take all of them out, and they drop tons of nectar. So it's pretty nice to get those. Unless, of course, you don't have purple Pikmin, which... yeah. Oh, the unspeakable wonder! That's cool. Nice to see that. Yeah, that crown treasure that resembles Princess Peach's crown. Yeah, it's called the Unspeakable Wonder. I happen to recall that in the vanilla game, you find it in the Valley of Repose, like on the head of a snowman, which is pretty funny. Anyway, now it's time to retrieve everything. And also, yeah, I think we need to get some white Pikmin on the side. We've been needing them, so this ought to help. Get the snitch bug, shear bugs, gold orbs. I wonder when we're actually going to start seeing, like, the full-grown varieties of Bulborb. Yeah, well. I find it funny that when you complete the health wheel of Ravenous Whisker Pillars, they don't actually die. Instead, they just kind of lie on the ground motionless. And then when you pick them up, they start squirming in protest. Yeah. Neat little detail, that. Another little detail that you probably wouldn't know about unless you read the lore, like in the Piklopedia in this game. Most dwarf bulbur varieties aren't actually part of the same biological family as the actual bulborbs. Instead, they belong to the breadbug family, which includes, well, breadbugs. But yeah, most of the dwarf bulbur varieties are actually mimics from the breadbug family that merely look like bulborbs as a form of, well, mimicry. It's pretty interesting. Actually, while we're at it, we might as well get these guys too. Each of them only weighs 1, and there are 10 of them, so we should have 1 Pikmin left over after picking all of them up. And oh, look at that, the treasures are almost already back. How much is the unspeakable wonder worth? 200, alright. Nice. I do find it funny that there's a square or rectangular looking gem on the, I guess, the relative back of that. And then we have this cookie. I mean, that is what it is. 60 Pokos, imperative cookie. That's all the treasure on this floor, which is nice. Head over past that procession. And now, which Pikmin would I like to convert? Yellow are pretty... yeah. Sorry to say, I don't think we need red. Hey, Louie, get over here. Yep, we have 5 white Pikmin now. White Pikmin move faster than other varieties, and they can find buried treasure, but that's not all they can do. They're also resistant to poison hazards, and are actually poisonous themselves. If an enemy eats a white Pikmin, it'll take a fair bit of damage. Not exactly the most worth it thing in the world, but it is nice sometimes, I guess. Anyway. Yeah, that'll about do it for this floor. Actually surprisingly lengthy, but hey, what can you do? Also, you might notice in the bottom left corner that Olimar took a bit of damage. The way leader health works in this mod is that it's actually restored a bit between floors, which is nice. Helps longevity. If one of the leaders runs out of health, they'll basically be out of commission for at least the rest of the floor. I'm not sure if they stay out of commission, like, forever, but... oh, the health's fully healed. That's nice. There's the petrified heart over there. That heart-shaped gemstone treasure. Gate blocking a crimson candy pop bud. I wonder if I am going to regret my decision. We'll see. Single drop of nectar. There's another type of dweevil there, and a bread bug! Hey, and right after I mentioned them, too! Oh, now this is a funny little interaction. Look at this. The bread bug trying to carry back the thing that's... right. Get back over here, buddy. Get out of town. And the hole disappears. Anything in there? Yeah, there is a treasure in there. Again. Same place, same cave unit. Funny. Just waiting for these guys now. We're going to take the blue squad, all 36 of them, over this way. So we can get the treasure in the water. Oh! Bomb rock trap. Yeah, bomb rocks can also just kind of fall from the sky. It's certainly something. We got the survival ointment worth 90 Pokos. And the bomb rock just went boom. Yeah. They do have a relatively long fuse duration, but yeah, that can catch you real off guard. The petrified heart is worth 80. And that's all the treasure for this floor. Nice. On to the next. Sublevel 14. Ooh. Oh no. This is exactly the sort of thing I was talking about before. A swooping snitch bug in a metal sublevel, where there are pits for Pikmin to fall into. Hoo boy. Alright, we baited him. Get that guy out of here, first of all. There we go. Actually, yeah. Nice. Very good. Two Crimson Candy Pop-Ups here. The game's really being like, are you absolutely sure you don't want to have any red Pikmin? And I'm like, yeah. Fire doesn't really impede progress as much as other elements. It's also not as dangerous as the likes of electricity. Oh look, another bread bug. Nice. Oh, a treasure! The bread bug absconded with a treasure! Guess we're gonna see that in due time. Oh, it's a Duracell battery, a 9-volt one from the looks of it. Okay, took care of that guy. Oh, Skitterleaf. Nice. Alright, back to business here. Look at how fast that guy moves. Yeah, white Pikmin are very fast at carrying. It's real nice. Thanks to those two guys up at the same time. That's funny. Look at those synchronized animations. That's funny. Exactly 2370. Not bad. Now let's see about that treasure. Is it the only one on the floor? Actually, alright, that should help it move along faster. Yes, see that? That's pretty fast. There's a whole set of, like, Duracell battery treasures in this game, which is pretty funny. Fuel reservoir. Alright then. That was the only treasure on the entire floor. Okay then. There aren't even any gates here either. I don't think it's possible for middle sublevels like these to generate with gates. I could be wrong about that, but I don't recall it ever happening. Sublevel 15. We got water. And hey, this music. Pretty nice. Now what do we have? Oh, there's a new enemy in the water there, the cloaking burrownit. Yeah, see? Comes out of the ground and then... yeah. Of course, they just swarm its face. You can easily kill it before it can even kill a single Pikmin, which is cool. Is that another ivory candy pop-up? Wow, game is being so generous right now. It's real nice. snitch bug. Another cloaking burrow knit. Alright then. At least it's on land. So that'll make it even easier to deal with. That was pretty simple. Wow, okay, those 3 guys already managed to take down a section of the wall. That's funny. Oh, hello. I'm actually going to take the yellow Pikmin and throw 5 of them in here. I don't need too many. Take these guys over this way to the nectar we got from the egg. How very convenient. There. Ah! Wow. Bomb rock in the end cap with the egg. Wow, that is mean. I may have forgotten to mention that this, the red Dweevil, is a fiery Dweevil, as you might expect from the name, Fire Hazard. Not that it matters because purple Pikmin can take it out so easily. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring the blue squad with me to get this treasure. Which way are they gonna go? Yeah, they're gonna go through the water. It is a nice shortcut for them, at least. $90 Pokos for the mysterious remains. That was the only treasure. Wow. Okay then. Let's get this gate broken down so we can move on. Sublevel 16. Ooh, a blowhog and a dwarf bull there I'm already seeing. And a beetle. But it seems to be alone, so it's not an issue. We have a 8 blocking an egg. One, two. Ah! Yeah, boulder traps. They just come out of nowhere, man. Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, get out of here. There's another gate. Right, we do have 2 gates now per sublevel. That's neat. Ooh, a queen candy pop bud. How nice. Not so nice as that boulder, but thankfully nobody was that close to it. So, not really mattering much there. Anyway. Well, first of all, going to put more yellows into here. Get purple Pikmin out. Now we go ahead and take them to this. No, actually, we should wait on that. Reasoning being, I'm going to take a single blue Pikmin if I can. Or 5. That works too. And now we're just gonna wait for it to turn blue again and then throw. Yellow. Blue. Nice. Now we have 84 in our group. 2 more Queen Candy Pops and we'll be at exactly 100. So that's pretty nice. Why isn't the icon updated? What? Oh, there we go. I was wondering when it would. Alright, now we can take these guys and these guys. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and... Well, actually, Olimar can wait by the hole. Louie can just do the rest of what needs doing. Alright, got the gate down easily. 50 Pokos. The Aquatic Mine. That was the only treasure. Wow. Alright then. Sublevel 17. Okay, well behind here we clearly have an ivory candy pop bud, which is pretty nice. We just keep getting these. Over this way... that doesn't look nearly so friendly. Alright, Louie. Call the guys back. Yes, miss. All 20 purple Pikmin. Very good. And we might as well take the blue squad, too. There's strength in numbers, after all. I can already see a treasure there. Glad I got the guys away from that. Swarm. And gone. Also gone. You know what? Just so that's off my mind. Maybe I should just take a small swat of purples. Never know when a boulder trap might happen or what have you. We got both the fire and water varieties of Pikmin here. Not that I have a challenge. Ah! Just barely dodged that. Okay. I kinda would like to have at least 10 yellow Pikmin. Do we really need 44 blue? I don't think so. Oh, that guy tripped. Okay. I do remember random tripping being a thing in this game. Yes, before it was a thing in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Though I think it was toned down a lot in this one, and then outright removed by the time Pikmin 3 rolled around. So there you go. The good news is there don't seem to be any traps that are triggered specifically by Pikmin carrying things yet. Which, yes, those are a thing, even in the vanilla Pikmin 2. Another item to add to the list of rather unfair design decisions, but yes. We have a treasure here. Let's go ahead and get every one on it. And it's already unearthed. If that's the only treasure, that would be real funny. But also, like... Game, you gave me 2 treasures per floor for, like, the first few. Why is it gotta be 1 every time now? Anyway, 90 Pokos for the Exhausted Super Stick. Sure enough, that was the only treasure. We move on to the next. Sublevel 18. Good thing I kept most of my blue Pikmin for this, because there's... Oh, another Queen Candy Pop Bud! How nice of you, game! And there's a violet one, too, for more purple Pikmin. That's very nice. I very much appreciate that. That's very cool. Before I do any of that, though, I'm going to get Louie here. Take our existing purple Pikmin and Anode Beetle here. And there's a Shearwig, too. Not a problem. What do I hear over this? Well, there's a Swooping Snitch Bug, but also Water Dumple. Water Dumples are basically aquatic relatives of Bulborbs, like actual true Bulborbs, not just the dwarf mimics. Of course, purple Pikmin deal with them just as easily as anything else. Ugh. Barely saved that guy. Get the Cloaking Burn out of here. There's a treasure behind that gate. And now I'm going to want to have some blue Pikmin. It's a good thing we got plenty of them. 39! Did I see? No, it's just one Anode Beetle, placed rather far from the other one at that. Not a threat. There we go, got him down. And destroyed. There's another Shearwig. Yeah, you can just attack Sheargrubs and Shearwigs while they're surfacing, and they can't do anything until they fully emerge. Now what could be behind this gate? Oh wait, I already see it. It's another treasure. Nice. 2 treasures on 1 floor. Finally back up there. After so many floors of just 1 treasure, man. Well, okay, there were a few too, but, like, it wasn't really a standard. Get over here. Nice. 92 in the group now. Crazy. I actually think I'm just going to straight up convert some of these guys into purple. Park Louie by the hole for later. zoom in. These guys are so fast. I happen to know that there are also situations where eggs can fall from the sky and then they break on impact, which is pretty funny. That. And now we're going to get this first treasure here. Pretty small, only weighs 5. For the King of Sweets. But of course, that's not all to see here. We already saw that there was another treasure. I'm going to call in the blue Pikmin for that. 42. Wow, that's kind of a lot. Maybe I should start focusing on other colors when I get blue candy pops. Now, I do happen to recall that I'm pretty sure Classic Mode does have guaranteed rest floors, or rest sublevels at specific points. That's nice. 70 Pokos, massive lid. I mean, that is what it is, I guess. That's all the treasure. Sublevel 19. It's a rest sublevel. Hey, just as I was talking about that. Candy Pop Buds, an egg. There are still gates to see, but yeah. Oh, and there's a Mamuda. Just sitting there, doing absolutely nothing. Weird. Let's just take the purple Pikmin. Destroyed. Now what's up with this? Oh, another violet candy pop bud. That's very convenient. There's like 3 blue ones. I don't exactly need those. I already have like probably more than enough blue Pikmin. The gate is blocking the hole. Okay, we got nectar. Not looking like there's anything else to see here, so we might as well just go ahead and flower all the Pikmin that need it. There we go. There's those guys. Just 3. Oh, 4. Makes sense. Alright, that is a total of 14 guys. I want to get out from that plant before we do this. Nice. That's everyone. Except, wait, I forgot. Oh, right. I forgot about the other... I should have waited. Ah, well. 42 is perhaps a little excessive. There those go. There goes the Bermuda. Meanwhile, we can just take everyone else and get to work on this gate. There it goes. I do like how this is basically a snow version of that other unit, the soil one with the water here. Yeah, pretty funny, that reuse. Anyway, we got the thing. We're gonna go deeper. Sublevel 20. Anything special gonna happen here, I wonder? It's just... Oh, it's another rest floor. How nice. And I can hear unmarked spectralids. But where are they? Oh, there they are. Oh, it's a glint beetle. Darn. Why do I still hear them? Is there another group over this way, maybe? Oh ho ho ho! Okay, not much to see there. But there is that. Just wanted to make sure they didn't go into the golden one there because, yeah. I'm not sure if that's even a thing that can happen. I'm pretty sure Pikmin can only, like, enter the candy pop when they're in the state of being thrown. But I'd prefer not to take my chances. Say, what lies behind this wall? Oh, an egg. Cool. That's actually pretty helpful, considering we didn't get any nectar or anything from the spectralids. An egg trap next to an actual egg. That's actually pretty funny. Also double nectar, very nice. We have a bud now, because one of our purple Pikmin got the flower knocked off by the Buddha. Get out of here. And then I don't believe anyone else. No. No one else needs this. Just 11 this time. Nice. Now I'm going to take the blue Pikmin here. And look at all the guys we took down. That's kind of absurd. Well, okay, it wasn't that many, mostly because I was trying to avoid hitting the candy pop bug there, but yeah. Yeah, these guys aren't worth much. One apiece. I guess it is a nice bonus, though. On to the next. Sublevel 21. This is just getting ridiculous now. A third rest sublevel? Like, are you kidding? Bulbmin! Hey! There's a Honeywisp, too. Yeah, we just got a bunch of Bulbmin. Look at that. Now they're part of our squad and everything. Bulbmin are actually really good. They're immune to every type of elemental hazard there is, which is really nice. Yeah, the Mabuda can be a bit annoying. Ah! Doodlebug! Triple nectar, but that's not all. Ultra bitter spray. Yeah. Look at that. Finally got some sprays going. Alright, you lot can take it. Why not at this point? There's plenty of nectar to go around, after all. There's not much reason to switch off of Bulbmin per se, simply because they're so good, and, I mean, you're not leaving this cave anytime soon, so might as well make use of them while they're here. Which is to say, basically forever. Yeah. Alright, let's get Louie over here so I can show something off. Yeah, if I maneuver him into the drop, dismiss him, so that he starts getting the drop, and then walk into the drop with Olimar 2, double the spray. Pretty simple trick to do, and it's very nice, of course. Sprays are kinda really good in this game, so it's always nice to be able to get more of them so easily. Alright, we got 10 guys now that need some nectar, so we're going to go over this way and give it to them. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Another one. Wow. We already have, what, 35 of these guys? This is crazy. Well, anyway. I might as well just keep converting blues since I have more of them. No, not you. There we go. We even have some nectar left over. That's funny. $100 Pikmin. Amazing. There's a single yellow in our ranks, okay. Oh, the hole is clogged. That's new. Yeah, so first we have to get the Pikmin to destroy the gate, and then to break the clog. And there it goes. I happen to recall that the chance that a floor's hole is clogged goes up with each successive floor until eventually you hit a point where every sublevel has a clogged hole. This is ridiculous! This is utterly ridiculous! Another rest floor! Another one! I don't really have a use for Queen Candy Pops anymore, simply because they'll only convert one Pikmin at a time now and then still wilt. Yeah, that's kind of just what they do when you're at 100. They only convert one Pikmin, and then they just die. Which makes them pretty useless at this point. $40. $40. How am I supposed to... That's odd. Remember what I said about wanting to have yellow Pikmin? Well, that doesn't really apply because now we have Bulbmin. Oh look, Honeywisp. Now, Honeywisps are actually so named because in the original Pikmin they just carried straight-up nectar, but yeah, in this, in Pikmin 2, they carry eggs instead. Anyway, time to do the spray again. And here we go. How many rest floors are we going to get in a row? Is this going to be the end of them? Sublevel 23? No! No, it isn't! What the heck? This is ridiculous. Like, is it all just gonna be all rest sublevels up to 25? Because I know that's one of the points where you get a guaranteed rest sublevel. It's multiples of 25, except for multiples of 100. Those do something else. Get that guy. And now the real question is, what am I going to convert into more white Pikmin? Seriously. I've got 22 blue. Purple are actually what I have the most of, but I do need to build up my purple numbers if I have any hope of getting the Doomsday apparatus, which, yeah, no. It weighs 1,000 in vanilla Pikmin 2, it weighs 1,000 here too. It's absurd. I'd rather preserve my Bulbmin, as long as I can get away with I just remembered something awful that can happen on metal rest sublevels, so here's hoping it doesn't happen. What? Got scared there for a second. Yeah, when you pluck Pikmin, they can end up doing their backwards thing and then just falling off the edge and dying. It's frankly stupid. Like, why? Why is that a thing that can happen? Anyway, yeah, was trying very hard to avoid it there. Alright, we got those guys. We now have 35, 40, that's a full 75, and then the rest are blue Pikmin and Bulbmin. Yeah. Wow. Okay then. On to the next. Let's see if sublevel 24 will break the chain, even if for just one floor. Yep, it will. Cool. First of all, we got a gate. Behind it is an egg. Oh, hairy Bulbor! That's a new enemy! I was wondering when we would start seeing, like, the adult versions of Bulbors. And, well, here we are. The hairy Bulbor is the least durable of the bunch, if I recall, though. So still relatively easy, but yeah, the enemy difficulty is noticeably ramping up. Not that this Anno can do anything if it's not in a pair with another. This gate hides another egg. Oh no. I just heard something. A third egg gate. Yeah, this is the point at which you start seeing 3 gates per level. Yeah, I hear a frog. Before we go on, I think we ought to take out this guy. If we can. Nice! Yep, there's a yellow Wallyhop. Okay, scratch that, there are 2 of them. Oh boy. Get off the guy, thank you. Wait for the jump. Nice. Come here. You know you want it. Destroyed. Yeah, they're actually not that big of an issue if you just use purple Pikmin. And there's the last type of Dweevil we haven't seen yet, the Anno Dweevil. it's an electric hazard, so that alone makes it significantly more dangerous than the other 3 types. Okay, good. Got that guy. Okay, got it. Nice. That should be all the enemies here, and boy, there were quite a few. Yeah. Let's see what happens if we crack open these eggs. Oh, these guys again. I was half expecting it to happen, honestly. It's funny. Double nectar. And the last one over here... single nectar. Okay. Alright, now that we've cleared out all the enemies, we might as well start taking stuff back. What is this guy doing? Get over here. There we go, we hit 3,000. $3,004 now. Alright, I've already seen one treasure, but I wonder if there's a buried one or if there's just not. Nice, got them on that guy. Just waiting for this treasure to get back now. Not that it'll take overly long. $130. Behemoth Jaw. Oh, that was the only treasure. Alright then. There's no gate in front of the hole this time, so we can just move on. I'm pretty sure sublevel 25 is guaranteed to be a rest floor, so that's pretty nice. Yep. But they're... I do not fancy that. No way. No way am I tempting fate with throwing Pikmin at those spectralids. Nuh-uh. No. Well, at least we got an ultra spicy spray from the iridescent flint beetle. I don't believe I've mentioned what the sprays actually do, so I suppose I should go over that right quick. So what do the sprays do, you might be wondering? Well, ultra spicy spray, you use that on your Pikmin, and it temporarily makes them faster for a time. Pretty nice thing to have. Not sure if it makes them attack any faster, but I think it might actually. I think it actually does up their damage. I'm not sure. Anyway, Ultra Bitter Spray, meanwhile, you use it on enemies in front of you, and those enemies get petrified for a moment. Nice. Petrified enemies, in general, take less damage. Some take more, actually. And they can't move or really do much of anything while they're petrified. And if you kill an enemy while it's petrified, it doesn't leave behind a corpse, but it does... But it can drop nectar or even more sprays. It's particularly worth your while to use bitter sprays on enemies that don't leave behind corpses. There aren't that many of them, but when they do show up, I suppose I ought to point them out. Maybe I should cut back on the number of white Pikmin I have. I don't need that many. Heck, I could get away with as few as one if I just wanted buried treasure. But I don't fancy my chances on a metal sublevel of all things, so I'm just gonna move on to the next, I think. Sublevel 26. Right off the bat, we have a gate hiding a crimson candy pop bud. Not sure why you would want that when this floor is full of water, but it's there, I guess. Quite a few dweevils on this floor, I'm noticing. Caustic Dweevil, Fiery Dweevil, Munch Dweevil. Yes, that is what the poison one is called. There's a feather back there. That's a treasure. And a beetle back there. Oh, there's a pair of them. That might actually be threatening. Wow. there's a hermit crawmat here too. Treasure behind this gate. Hold on to that gate. Here's that treasure I pointed out before. Okay. Is there anything else to see? Oh, there's more that way. Alright. Going over here, just to get this guy out of the water if we can. Yeah, dweebles will tend to run away from you, which is kind of nice. There we go. Didn't drop anything, but at least we took it out. Alright, now we're going to dismiss everyone except these guys. Mostly because the only way to carry the stuff back through is through the water. Yeah. Incidentally, there's a little fun fact about hermit crawmats. They actually vary randomly in size. That's rolled, I'm pretty sure, when you start the sublevel, and it can actually change even if you were to, say, reset the game. It'll actually be different every time, which is pretty interesting. Not that it really matters for much, but it is a neat little detail. Easy to miss. We're almost done cleaning up all the enemies, and then we'll go for the treasure. The Leviathan Feather. Just 30 Pokos for that one, but it's only one weight, so it's not like I was expecting it to be worth all that much or anything. And here we have the compelling cookie, worth 50. And that's all the treasure for the floor. Take down the gate and move on. Sublevel 27. Alright, metal floor here. Quite a few enemies up ahead, including some lollipops I can hear. There's a hairy bulldog, there's a red bug. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and drag this guy back. Gone. Did not abscond with the treasure this time, but it's nice to get annoying enemies like that out of the way first. Boom. That's that first area cleaned out. Now there's an electric hazard over here, which I'm going to use the bulb bin for. There we go. I do believe that's the only one of its sort on the floor, so that's nice. Whoa! Naturally occurring in the tides. Don't see that every day. Anyway, they're all dead. Two hermit chromads? Wow. I mean, okay. Took out that guy. That bomb rock trap doesn't actually matter all that much. I can just sit in the corner and it explodes harmlessly. Nice. Phew. Okay. Cleared out this whole area too, which is nice. Very good. Took that guy out with the bomb rock. I think I just saw something disappear. I guess I need to start taking these things back, eh? That's a bunch of them taken care of. Alright, there are both of those guys, and that... I thought I heard something. Doesn't seem like there's anything else on the floor, so now it's time to start retrieving everything. Alright, there's the luck wafer. And that's the triple sugar thread that's being carried back here. The luck wafer is worth 50 Pokos. And now we're just waiting on this thing here. And the triple sugar threat is worth 75. And that, at last, is all the treasure. Oh, I didn't realize you were right in front of the hole. And actually, I didn't realize there were still some more corpses left to get, so I'm going to get those and then move on. Okay, that does it. Now we are completely done with sublevel 27. That one took a bit of a while. Of course, I'm gonna save. Sublevel 28. Well, right in the beginning room we have enemies, which is something. those guys down. Seems like there's just eggs behind these gates. There's a bread bug roaming around. Red bug is done. Didn't even manage to get a treasure before it died. A whopping 2 snitch bugs on this floor. Oh look, a treasure. That's cool. I've already seen 2 on this floor, yeah. Here's the other one. There's a fiery blowhawk. Wow, the hermit crawdad tried to charge through the wall. Alright, that's everyone taken care of. Pretty cramped little floor, even though it's actually pretty large, just these little tunnels. Okay, just nectar. Guys, including one hidden in the plant that I nearly missed. And now we can go about getting the treasure. Yeah, these guys are real fast. 40 Pokos for the bug bait. And spoiler alert, this one coming back right now is called the Emperor Whistle. 120, not bad. That's all the treasure. Sublevel 29. This one seems a bit large. Ultra Bitter Spray, hey! Boulder. The good news about these guys is that they don't care one bit about the watery blowhog there. Two bread bugs? All right. Oh, no, you don't. A third one. My gosh. I'm not about to let a bread bug run so easily. Triple breadbug threat. Certainly one of the things of all time. Back here is a treasure. Cool. Just go up here, around the way. Get the thing down. Nice. Proton double A. Diet Doomer. That's all the treasure. Nice. Before we go, of course, there is one thing I'd like to do. Very, very nice. Now I've almost hit the time that I've scheduled to stop, admittedly. But before that, I'd just like to see what floor 30 is like. Sublevel 30, that is. This is a rather enemy-infested layout, isn't it? Well, I suppose for now I can go to the Piklopedia. We've collected rather relatively little treasure, I'm noticing. There's 201 treasures total, and yeah, we do not have many of them at all. As for the Piklopedia itself, we have found quite a few enemies. We've yet to fight a single boss. There's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, well, yeah, 12. And we've yet to fight even a single one. That is ridiculous. In any case, though, seeing as it's almost 6 o'clock, I think that'll be all from me for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will likely be playing more of this in streams to come, so keep an eye out for that. I would very much appreciate it if you would say like, comment, and subscribe. Helps my video in the videos and channel and the algorithm and all. And it's just nice to be able to, read comments and all. So, yeah. That'll be all from me. See ya!